is the meeting for Economic Development Council. Today is January 25th, 2011. Going to do a roll call, and I'll start over with Charlie.
Charlie Tentis.
Okay.
Steve Dutton.
Al DeRusso.
Marie Boyle.
Steve Langley.
And Derek Horn.
All right. And that is our quorum for tonight. What I'd like to do is, we have minutes from October 26th and November 23rd. And so I'd like to get the minutes of the 26th to move forward if we could. Did you have a chance to read them, Steve?
Yes, I did. I read it, but I didn't print them.
That's okay. If you want to make a motion to...
Make a motion to accept.
Okay. And I will second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And
Abstaining.
2 abstentions because they weren't here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's 3-0 to 2. And then November 23rd.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Very good, Steve. I'll second it as well. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. And then we have 2 abstentions again.
Actually, just one. 'Cause
One, oh, that's right.
Is it not shown?
Oh, Charlie's on
Oh,
here.
it's on here.
Okay.
That's right, Charlie's on here. All right.
23rd.
There you go, there you go. The official,
I brought my credentials.
Keep it.
official death.
That's 401.
So 401, okay. With us tonight, representing the planning board is, first name again was?
Steve.
Steve Dutton, right?
Yes.
Okay, Steve Dutton is now the representative from the planning board. So, welcome aboard, Steve.
Thank you.
And basically, tonight's agenda is pretty simple. We're gonna talk about the RSA 79E, which is the Community Revitalization Tax Relief Incentive. And I got together with Derek and asked him to put a few things together. And the first one you have is the one that has a 2-sided piece. And we get into how it's going to appear on on Article 11. And for those of you that are watching, we are going to be having after this evening, we're going to put together a show to explain exactly in more detail how this would work. There are 2 areas of town that we're looking at. There's Pinardville, and then there's the Goffstown Village area. And there's certain pieces of property that will be included on that, and we have maps that will show exactly what areas that are going to be available for this Chapter 79E. And what I did was I put together some sort of question and answer that we had talked about before, and this is basically what we're going to try to use as a handout. I'd like to try to meet with the Lions and with
The Rotary.
And I think, Marie, you said something about you know who the Lions person is?
Yeah, I'll call Jim.
Okay. And we'll get a date for that. And then hopefully we can play the tape on GTV on a regular basis until the election, so that people will have a pretty good idea as to what's going on. As I go through this, these were the I know it's in front of us, but I'll just kind of read it so anyone that's watching will kind of get caught up. The 2006 enabling legislation was adopted to encourage investment in central business districts, neighborhood businesses, districts, downtowns, and village centers. The goal of this legislation is to encourage rehabilitation and active reuse of underutilized buildings to promote strong local economies, while promoting smart, sustainable growth as an alternative to sprawl. And this is in accordance with the purpose and objectives of RSA Chapter 9B, the State Economic Growth Resource Protection and Planning Policy. And basically how it works, the property owner proposes a substantial rehabilitation to their property. and it has to be at least $75,000 or 15% of the total existing assessed value. And would apply, they have to apply to the Board of Selectmen for this tax relief incentive. And the Board of Selectmen will hold a public hearing. They determine if the proposed rehab is a public benefit, if the redevelopment project will result in substantial rehabilitation, and any new taxable value generated of the revenue could be free from the levying of property taxes for the following periods, basically up to 5 years. And there are some additional stipulations on here, which we'll get into when we get into the explaining how this works. And you can see the questions that I have listed here, which kind of identify some of the things, and it was based upon our last experience of trying to do something with people in town and trying to get the word out exactly as to what we're trying to do. And so this is something that economic development is looking at doing. On the back of this are the maps, and for those of you that are at home, we will be showing, there are 2 maps on the wall. I don't know if Andrew can point to them at all. Is that possible? There's one here and there's one over on this side here. But the maps kind of identify the village district and the areas that we'll be looking at, and the other map is the Pinardville section in the areas that we'll be looking to identify as well. And again, part of the explanation to people is we will sit down and give them a more detailed idea as to what is going on. After looking at this, are there any suggestions for us to add to this or not do, or from the board? One of the things that Derek and I talked about is to take a piece of property, and we have to be careful in trying to identify properties. It's very simple for us to say, oh, I know about this place or that place, but there are people that own these buildings, and like anything else, every man has their own castle, and what we may think needs rehab, in their mind does not. So we're not trying to insult anybody. So what we try to do is we'll try to take a piece of property that's kind of generically built up, in a sense, as a possibility of what could happen, and we will sit down with the assessing department and try to figure out exactly how this would work if the approvals were done and so on, how much they would save over a period of years, and then how that would work, try to give an example that way. And I think did we have one from Concord, a sample?
At the November meeting, I provided examples. There was one from Concord, and then one of the mills in Manchester as well.
Okay. So we'll try to bring those samples in as part of that taping to again, give people ideas as to what we're trying to do. This is not a change of zoning in any way, shape, or form. This is just a way of trying to help people that may be struggling a bit, that this may be something they could take advantage of to rehab their buildings and not have to pay the full amount of taxes right away and kind of be delayed, but at the same time helping them out. Anything else you want to add to that, Derek?
No, I think that's
Pretty much, it's pretty much in a nutshell what it is. So we'll set those dates with those 2 organizations. If there's anyone out there that has an organization they would like us to speak to show this to, we would be more than happy. All you have to do is to contact Derek Horn at the town hall. He is the Economic Development Director, and he would be glad to set up a time for us to go visit and show. So, and Main Street has been very much involved with this process and helping us in the village area specifically, because that's the area that they work on the most, is the village area, so. Okay, next, Derek, we have, you wanna talk about the business?
Yeah, the other item we have is the second, I guess is the second annual Business Expo is being conducted by the 250th Committee, along with the Lions Club, on March 19th. It's a Saturday, and I think got the feedback that it should be a little bit earlier in the year, while there's still snow on the ground. So they are doing that now, and I reached out to Elizabeth and Scott Gross and said, how can EDC be involved? And her biggest suggestion was to make sure that businesses are aware of this. Up at the planning office, we've worked to update the business directory, and we've got that 90% complete.
Good.
You know, there was 500 businesses on there, some as old as 15 years ago that are no longer out there. So we've purged the old businesses and added the new businesses, and those letters are, some went out on Friday, some went out today, and the final ones will go out tomorrow. So, but I don't know if the EDC wants to kind of form a follow-up of just calling businesses, or if you have anyone in mind to talk to. And then I guess the other thing I'd like to talk about is what type of participation would you like to do that day, if any?
And it's too bad it's Mario, if it would have been before the election, would have been really nice, because then we could have promoted RSA 79, but that's okay, because hopefully the voters would have voted this in, and one of the things we can do is we can do a display, have the maps with us, and have that up, and people that may have questions, we could do that. We had a display last time, we were there as a presence for the day.
Yeah, last time we had a presence, but you know, if you had a specific goal of something that you wanted to promote, if it's encouraging businesses in the village in Pinardville to take advantage of 79E, that could be something where, you know, we have the applications and talk to people about the process, you know, or if there's.
I think that would be a good idea for us to do.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So we would have an actual booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a space last year, and it was nice.
I think that's.
I mean, it was pretty good for the first year, and, you know, they worked hard at getting quite a few businesses there, and it was nice, and you get a chance to see, there were some businesses that, you know, you don't know exist, and sometimes it's a good exposure for everybody, so I thought it was very good. We're very well done, so. So this is a good opportunity for people. So if you know of any businesses that, you know, may want to participate in this, we have this is a form, I guess.
And I can, if, you know, if people want more copies, I can get more copies. These are available on the town website and the 250th Committee website. Again, they've gone out to, or in process of going out to all the businesses that we have active business listing for, so going out to close to 400 businesses.
The other thing, while I have the public's attention, is I want to bring attention to the fact that our website has been redeveloped, and that when you go to the Goffstown website, there is a special section for economic development. They should open up that tab and take a look. We were showing some of the businesses that we've been involved with in getting them to do things in town. Some of the newer ones that are just come along. There are some possible, there's still one project that hasn't been completed, and that's the Abington Square. That still hasn't been completed yet.
That still has 2 commercial spaces that are yet to be developed.
So that's something that's where Rite Aid, in case people are wondering where that is, that's where Rite Aid is in Pinardville. And with the business listings, that's on there now?
They're not on the website yet. We've
Until,
downloaded all the information, have updated it, and hopefully have that back up by the end of the week.
so once we do have it on there, please check those businesses, and we encourage you to, at any point in time, to stop by and say hi to any of those people, or if you get a chance to do business with them, I think it's a great tool. And if you have a business in town and you're not in that listing, it's not that we overlooked you on purpose, it's just that we weren't aware of it, and you can contact, again, Derek Horn, at Town Hall, and, he would be glad to get your business up on that website, for them.
Question.
Yes.
When we do this booth at the expo, would there be an opportunity to have a laptop there if there's Wi-Fi? I'm assuming it's at the high school, correct?
It is at the high school, and I believe they had Wi-Fi available last year. I can talk to IT about having,
I don't have a laptop, but if.
we have
You
one
got one
here
there?
at Town Hall, yep, I can,
The thinking might be is right there at the booth where we can bring up the economic development website.
Mm-hmm.
So at least people are coming by, here it is, you can see it.
Yep.
So it might be advantageous for us to show right while they're there, and might encourage them to go home and check it out.
The other thing we probably could do is if we could use the, projector,
That's what I was thinking.
you know, we can put a projector behind us up on a screen, you know, on maybe one of the walls or something.
okay.
Not sure about, you know, its day, I'm not sure how it will look, but possibility that, you know, it may look pretty good. I mean, and they can look out on the computer as well, but if it's up on the wall, then we
Yeah.
can keep it running type of thing. So it's
Good
a
way
good
to draw
idea.
people to the
Yeah.
booth too,
Yeah.
so they can see some visuals while they're at it.
All right, that sounds good.
I have
Good.
one other question.
Yes, go ahead.
As people sign up, businesses sign up for this, is it being tracked anywhere? So if I'm a business owner, I went to look, who else is in this as a booth? Is there gonna be a listing on the Lions Club? Do they have a
I don't know.
website, or through the town?
Let me talk to Elizabeth Dubrall, who's one of the chairmen of the 250th, and see how they're tracking it this year.
A lot of time with trade shows, a lot of people are inquisitive, and they'll go and see who's already signed up,
Right.
and they'll see
Good
someone
idea.
else, gee, maybe I need to be in there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe a way to encourage others to check it out, and
Yep.
if they see there's a group there, they're more susceptible to wanna join.
Yeah, last year we had several real estate people that were there. We had, several home businesses that were there. We had,
The restaurants.
restaurants. And some of these people were giving some items away, which was kinda nice, you know.
Yeah, it was.
It was very nice. And, so I encourage anyone that, even if you don't wanna rent a booth, but you wanna go that day just to see what's going on, I think it's a great thing to do. We do have another meeting scheduled before that time frame, and, but it's from 10 to 3, and, maybe we can set up, at our next meeting in February, maybe we can set up a schedule, anyone that can make it, if we can be there for about an hour, kind of alternating, you know, times and stuff, rather than have one person or two people be there for a whole day.
Yeah, I think it'd be good if we could get, because,
Alternate.
yeah, they say it's from 10 to 4, so if you could
Yeah.
get maybe a couple, 2-hour shifts.
Yeah, that would work out good, so if we could do that, that would work out real well. Hey, Steve, welcome.
I apologize.
That's okay.
I thought it was at 7, obviously. No, I can't say that. I get the attorney's one. I thought it was 7.
You knew we were taking a picture tonight, you wanted to be here for the picture.
That I did not know.
Didn't that happen at your
I thought they
meeting
were
last
doing it-
night?
No, I thought they were doing a Saturday.
Well, they are.
Well, this will
They
save,
are, but
this will
is-
save you for a trip on Saturday.
This will save us a little trip.
Okay, I apologize.
That's all right. The other thing, I'm gonna pass out, something that, came in, that was in the newspaper, on Monday in the business section. And, Matt, who's one of our, members, has been involved with, Pittsfield. He always talks about Pittsfield. And I just happened to have this, article in the paper talking about Pittsfield and some of the issues that they're facing. And one of the big issues that they have is that they're rehabbing some of this area and trying to get, people from Route 28 down into town, so getting them off the main highway, bringing them down inside, has been the big challenge for them. And Globe Manufacturing is one of their biggest employers in the area, and they got 400 employees, so that's, a lot of their economy right now is relying on some of the people that work there, so. It's a challenge, and this is why we face some of the similar challenges here in Goffstown, and this is more of a reference tool than anything else. It's not, I just thought it would be interesting to see how other towns are trying to boost their economy and what they're facing. And they have a very small commercial base in Pittsfield, and they have one of the highest property tax rates in the state. And so they're doing everything that they can to try to bring some businesses in and try to help them. And that's what the RSA will do for us, is try to, it may bring some new businesses in, or it may give other businesses a chance to rehab some of the things they have and expand a little bit, and again, bring in more property taxes to town. So that was just something that I picked up off out of the newspaper on Monday. Did you have anything else, Derek?
Well, I guess my last question would be on 79E. Should we have a plan in place to answer any questions at the deliberative session, should they come up, or is there?
I believe,
Yes.
Steve, well, what happened is Sue hasn't had a chance to really talk to Derek today.
Then I'll jump in if you don't
So
mind.
I'll let Steve, because I saw this last night on the meeting, so.
Mind you, I did this out of great respect for you, Derek.
Or was it fair for
And I
you?
apologize, I did double check, it did say 7 o'clock in our weekly planner thing here, so I do apologize that it was 6:30. I apologize that, but, when they were talking about the articles, I said that Derek, that I thought you would be the #1 person to actually explain this.
Okay.
And I'll be quite honest, for me to go up there and try to explain something that you know inside out would not be beneficial to the plan. 2, I think it's just a great coming out party to be up there for you. But, no, I don't mind if, so if, I imagine with, like I say, if you don't wish to, that's fine.
No,
but
I
thought
just wanted to,
Okay,
so, and I was at training all day today, so.
okay, so anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I did have
But
a
that
great,
answers that
it'd
one.
be a good idea.
Yeah.
So, and this is Steve, just so you'll know, this is a handout that we're planning on using when we meet with groups, and something that we will have at the deliberative session as well. We'll put these on the table outside, and then people can pick them up as they're coming through, and so I think it'd be a good thing to have.
Excellent.
Was there anything else there?
I don't have anything else. I don't know if any of the other members.
Anybody else have any new business they want to bring forward tonight?
I have one question, the way the article is written,
Yes.
where it shows for #1, Pinardville area, which includes 147 taxable properties, and 2, Goffstown Village area, which includes 100 taxable parcels. What's the difference between the two, properties and parcels? I'm just wondering, as a voter, and they may get confused wondering what that means.
I'm wondering if the village area, when you talk about taxable parcels, if we're talking about larger pieces of land versus properties. Because if you look at the map, between the two maps, you'll notice that Pinardville, there's a lot of individual properties.
It's a denser
Yeah,
area,
it's more
right.
condensed,
Sure.
and then as you look into the village area, you have the areas that we wanna do, you're gonna see that a lot of it is contiguous properties by the same owner, so
larger tracts.
I think that's probably the reason why that was done that way.
Just curious, because
Yeah,
I
and-
don't know how a voter may stand there saying, what does this mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all.
and I wrote it, and it was not intentional.
Oh, okay.
So, in terms of zoning and planning, we usually use the words interchangeably.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
So, if there's the ability to adjust that, we will.
All right,
I'll have to
That's
check
fine.
on that.
the way it read, that's the way I was looking at it, but,
Just curious.
no, that's fine.
Oh, and just one other point, I do get a qualifier with Fred Platt regarding that you speak at the meeting, because he is the moderator that night, but I
Right.
don't see that to be an issue, but I just want to make sure. But, I haven't got a chance to contact him yet, but I expect we'll be good. So if you don't hear from me,
it's good.
Worst case scenario is we could play the video. Worst case
We're
scenario.
not going there, we're going right to the real stuff, so I'm very optimistic about this, there we go.
Good. All right. Anybody have any new business they want to bring up? No issues? No? Okay, this is a short meeting. So I guess we're gonna make a motion to adjourn.
Maybe I missed this part, so I apologize.
Go ahead.
Business Expo, March 14th?
We got that in, we talked about that before
Okay.
you came in,
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're done.
so we're in good shape there.
And just to recap, I think members had a consensus to have a presence there.
Yeah.
And, promote 79E, provided it's adopted at town meeting. And also, bring Charlie suggested bring a laptop with the projector or to show people the new website and also the, updated business directory and some of the other things on there.
Absolutely. Are you gonna try and market the website also there? I mean, most people take advantage of it, we expect, regarding the business directory?
Yeah.
Business directory is in process, it's 90% updated, and it'll be finalized by the end of the week, so then that'll also be a chance of people come in and, hey, my business is not up there, okay, let's do it,
Yeah.
right, we're sitting
So
right
you
here.
expect it up and going and marketing at the same time?
Yes,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
so.
An opportunity.
And I think that's it then. We're gonna take a picture after the meeting. To go into the town report, so. All right, so see no other motion to adjourn from someone?
Motion to adjourn.
Derek, anybody gonna second?
Second.
Okay, Steve? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No? Okay, we're done.